Hey guys, I'm meteorologist Chris Tomer. Let's talk some mountain weather, and the bulk of the snow has come and gone. California, really, it's over at this point. The bulk of the snow has come and gone through Utah and also up in Wyoming, although you still have a few inches to go in both of those places. But now it's going to be moving into Colorado. I want to show you the state of affairs. So this is Mammoth Mountain. We hit the totals that I was talking about. I was forecasting, 40 to 44 at Mammoth, and we ended up with 49. That's what they're reporting. A 49-inch storm total. You can see it's sunny there at the base. Look at all that new snow that they have piled up at the bottom. But fantastic. They're showing 18 degrees. Palisades, Tahoe. I've got my numbers here. Some of these are from this morning, but you'll get the idea. That's their current view. You might still have, look at that big drift on the top. That's awesome. That's at high camp. Palisades, 18 inches in the last 24 hours, 39-inch storm total, so we're right there at 40. And I had really centered in on 40, and we hit it there. Kirkwood, their numbers are a little old, but they were forecasting 14 and 27. These are on my blog for the morning as well. But there's Palisade. Let's go to Alta. Still cloudy, and you may have another 3 or 4 inches to go, but the bulk is behind you now in the Wasatch. Updated numbers out of Alta. 25 in the last 24 hours, a 30-inch storm total. So we're looking really good there as well. In the Wasatch, Solitude this morning was reporting about 2 feet. So that definitely rings true between Big and Little Cottonwood Canyon. Up in Grand Targhee, they're reporting about 17 inches of new snow. Jackson Hole's right there at about 17 for the storm total. You may still have 3 or 4 to go, so we may still get to 20 inches up there in some of those areas. Here's the setup right now, and this is infrared satellite, the big low coming out of California. So it is now ahead of California. It's moving east into Colorado with jet support, although the track will take it up into Wyoming. So Colorado ends up on the windy side with some snowfall, and I'll show you what I'm thinking out of that. But this is going to be the final storm in this storm cycle with ramifications down the road. I wrote about it on my blog, What's Next? Snow through mid-November. My bullet points are right there. The bottom line is, behind this, high pressure rebuilds briefly, and then a colder, drier trough of low pressure will be moving in. And there might be a low that sneaks through the southern tier of the Rockies that could favor Colorado and New Mexico, but that's a big question mark at this point. I put some of the latest totals on there, and then I did a look ahead. Let me show you the high-res version of all of this. I've got it loaded into my show. So this is the jet stream on 11/10, which is tomorrow. Notice the storm's way up into North Dakota, South Dakota, so you're getting the wash out of that thing in Colorado, but you're on the windy side, so you're really not going to see much. It's all just kind of moving away at that point, and then the pattern by the time we get into 11/14 is different. This is a different trough of low pressure. You can see, look at the big ridge all the way up into BC, and then it dumps down and buckles across the Intermountain West through Salt Lake and Colorado. But unfortunately, while there may be a little bit of snow with this, it's mainly colder and drier. Notice the low moving out of New Mexico into the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma. That's the one that could sneak through and snow a little bit in Colorado and New Mexico. Yet to be seen, but a possibility. All right, so let me go back to my blog for a second, and that'll transition us into the next important piece of this, which is going to be the timing. All right, I've got this loaded in high res today. Here's your timing, future radar and satellite. So by the time we get into Thursday morning at 6, big storm moving away with wraparound snow through Colorado and wind. New low pressure rolls down the west coast, but it kind of falls apart. That's the one that's going to dive south and may snow in New Mexico and Colorado. You see it dive through? And look at this one by 11/14. You see the scattered areas of blue diving down from Montana and Wyoming? That's the next trough. There's a little bit of snow with it. It's mainly colder, but it's nothing like what we just saw with an organized storm cycle. That's not what we're seeing. Here is the animation again. So tomorrow morning, Friday morning rather at 6, and there's Saturday morning at 6. Here's Sunday morning at 6. There's Monday morning at 6. That's the 14th. And there's the afternoon, evening of the 14th, late night by 11. There's your trough dropping in. All right, so let me go back to the blog here, and then we'll go into forecast snow. And I actually updated this first graphic just for this video to show you what we have left on the table. So this is remaining snow yet to fall on top of what we've already seen. Maybe another 3 or 4 or 5 inches for Alta, Big Cottonwood Canyon, Solitude, Brighton, up to Park City. Maybe another 5 or 6 in the Tetons, maybe another 2 to 4 through Big Sky, Discovery, and Bridger Bowl. Now in Colorado, that snow is now moving in, and that will be a player today and tonight and tomorrow morning. I'm forecasting maybe 4 to 10 inches across the central to northern mountains, with less in the southern mountains, less south because you're further away from the track of the low pressure. So those numbers have yet to fall in Colorado. All right, so here is phase number 2. This is 11:11 through 11:15. Yesterday I ran at 11:11 through 11:14 and there was nothing. Today I include one more day along with that trough coming south and that southern track low potential. You can see there is some snow on the board now. It's light in most areas, but at least there's something. Your best odds are going to be southern Utah, Colorado, and northern New Mexico if that low takes a southern track. So there you go. That'll get us all caught up for today. This was a good one, a good storm cycle. Get out and enjoy it. Stay safe. Thank you for tuning in here.